Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Tina. I am the founder of Homeschooling and Oils. I am an education consultant and a health and wellness coach. And this is my take 2 on trying to do this particular video. So let me see if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, I think I am doing it now. Yay! Alrighty then, you guys. If you don't know, I am also a co-author of the brand new spelling curriculum that is called Kinetic Spelling for Active Learners. Now, I was trying to wait until I get the updated cover copy of my book, the book that I did with my friend and I, Chantel and the Chet. But it's just taking too long, and I want to explain to you guys, because I have some people that have purchased the book already, and so I want to explain the book to you guys, and also so that you can get kind of the idea of where we were going. Right now, this book is geared towards kindergarten to 4th grade, and we are coming out with a middle school and a high school version. It's going to be coming out very, very soon. So anyone who has a middle or high schooler, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We're working on it right now, and it should be ready very, very soon. But let me just go ahead and get on why this book is so, why this kinetic spelling book is so super duper important. If you have a wiggly learner, a child that moves a lot, a child that learns by movement and don't learn the traditional way. The reason why me, Chantel, and I came up with this concept is I was thinking about my son, different things that I had to do in order to help him learn. It wasn't traditional. So with that being said, my son could not learn his words by the phonics. He also has dyslexia as well, so it was very, very difficult for him to learn phonics, all the phonics that just, well, the basic phonics, that's fine. But talking about things that look different, because he's very literal, because he has high functional autism, if it's a C, it needs to sound like a C instead of being a K. So he was very, very literal. So the phonics didn't work for him to teach him how to read. It didn't work for him to teach him how to spell. So I had to get creative and do different things in order to help him learn how to spell and learn how to read. That was not traditional. And so I came up with some of these things that I do, and Chantel was like, we need to put this in the book, because she also have a unique learner as well that I'm working with too. So this was kind of like a brainchild for both of us. Basically, my son has been the inspiration for my input in this book, and Chantel is a wonderful wordsmith, the way that she brings the words to life. So this is a total different approach to spelling. It's a spelling that embraces your unique learners, that embraces your wiggly learner. You're not trying to make them sit still and learn a curriculum that's not working for them, or learn words that are not working for them because they need to move. This is geared toward the right brain learner. And if you're not familiar with the right brain learner, I'm just going to give you a little bit of tips about how a right brain learner learns. A right brain learner is not like a left brain learner. Traditional school is set up to embrace the left brain learner. A left brain learner is a person that can sit down. They're very studious. They can follow directions like down to the line. They could just read and just follow the directions. It's not really that difficult for them. And they don't have to have movement. They can do movement, but they don't have to. Well, with a right brain learner not only needs to move when they learn, they need to have visual content to stimulate their brain. So I may read, the ball is blue, and the right brain learner, to a small child, they need to see a picture. that will trigger the brain senses that they can remember what blue or what a ball is. So they need visual cues to help them learn, along with movement. So if you have a child that's a real hands-on learner, a child that is very active, this curriculum is geared specifically towards them. Although all learning styles can use it, but we want to do something that will give children that learn differently, children that are very unique, we want to give them a platform in which they can succeed. Now, our curriculum is not a dumbed down curriculum. And when I say a dumbed down curriculum, I'm saying it's not a curriculum or spelling book that just going to give them easy stuff to do. However, we start off easy at first, and then it gradually progresses as the book goes on, to challenge the child, because they're active learners, they're right brain learners. That don't mean they're incapable of learning. Children still need to be challenged. So this book will still allow them to be challenged. And if your child is already spelling some of the 3-letter words already really good, then you can still start from the beginning, and it will build their confidence. Because normally a child that is a right brain learner that is stuck in the left brain tradition of learning, they don't have confidence. So as you start from the beginning of something that you know they already know how to do, that will build their confidence, and then they can gradually progress to the next step, and it's going to gradually get harder. And we also have bonus lists in the back of the book that's going to challenge your child even more so. It says geared for grades K through 4th grade, but it actually, with the bonus list, it will even hit with some of those higher elementary words. But let me just show you the inside of the book and the reason why this book is done the way it's done. Of course, in the beginning, we have what the book is all about. Now, this book is pretty straightforward. We use these strategies to help our wiggly learners, and this book includes 15 lessons and 10 spelling words per lesson to which most commonly misspell words. So your child will be getting challenged with this curriculum. We also have bonus activities that your child can do as well, that you can fit into after you finish the 15 lessons that are there. We also have some additional word lists, and you can actually incorporate these bonus activities with it. You have a parent planner in which it's categorized by lessons, and you will actually be able to keep notes on when your child completed a particular lesson, and also write notes about what the child thoughts was on this lesson. As you notice, lesson one is going to start off with an activity first, because we want to engage and embrace the active learner. So the child is going to get up. You will notice that this is more than just a spelling book. This book is going to have spelling, it's going to have writing, it has art, it has PE, it has a whole lot of different little branches in this spelling curriculum. So lesson 1, you will see that the child is going to do what they call a sock toss. And we try to include activities that you wouldn't have to go out and break the bank and go and get all these different supplies and stuff like that. No, we try to use things that you normally will have in each homeschool, or if you don't have it, you can easily go to your local Dollar Tree and pick up these things very, very easily for very, very cheap. So we try to keep in mind to do that for you guys as well. Now, the sock toss, basically your child will have these 10 spelling word lists. You will notice that they are not in alphabetical order, because we are engaging the right side learning style of the brain. So we're not doing alphabetical order with the spelling list in the beginning, although they do have some activities in which they will do that, but the spelling list is not in alphabetical order in the beginning. And so it has an activity, and it says all you need is a pair of socks. You just ball it up, and then you toss it from, the parent will hold the sock, the parent will say the word, like the first word is will, W-I-L-L. So the parent will say will, and then toss the sock to the child. The child will actually call out a letter per toss. So as I toss it to my son Isaiah, he would say W. He toss it back to me. I toss it back to him. He says I. I pass it back to him. He says L. He passes it back to me. I pass it back to him. And he'll say L. And then after I pass it back to him again, he will then say the word will. That is interacting, making all those senses and different things that a right brain learner needs to learn. It will help them be able to get a visual picture along with the movement that engages them in learning. So they will be able to do that. Then next, that was the activity. Then next, they're going to have different things that they're going to do with the words. They're going to be engaging with those same word lists in a different way. So they will actually be doing this puzzle. And as you can see, it's not like a traditional puzzle. It's more bigger. You see how we have highlighted, it's white here, and then it's kind of like faded here for the color contrast, because a right brain learner needs picture stimulation, and they look for patterns, and they look for things that they can get a social cue on, not a social cue, but a learning cue on. So that's why it's like this. And it has just simple directions, because a right brain learner likes to normally get straight to the point without all the extra stuff. So you have to engage with them in such a way that they get what they need, but it's simple. They don't really like all that extra detail. So that's why we have simple details and have a visual cue on which way the children will be able to find, or the child would be able to find their words in this particular puzzle. The next activity for lesson 1 will be a story. And as you notice, instead of the picture being on the left side, because usually you have pictures on the left side first, and then you have the reading on the right. We have the picture on the right side and the reading on the left, because we're trying to engage all the senses and try to get the left and right brain to work together. Because the child needs to see these words, they need to read these words, and they need to get a visual picture to like cement the learning process. So what you would do, if you notice that the words are highlighted, so when a child is reading the story, they already know that that is one of my spelling words. Even a child who cannot read yet knows that this is the difference between these words and those words. So when they're reading it, or you're reading to them based on their age and reading level, you will emphasize those words, and also you can just do the point method, the point to the words. And here you can see how they're going to be engaging more with the words, the spelling words. Now, this is very, very unique, because this story with the spelling words going to also have a unique coloring page. Now, if you have a child, a right brain learner, all right brain learners do not like to color. That is a known fact. However, there are some that do. So we want to give you the option that if your child likes to color, they can color. If your child does not like to color, then they do not have to color. What I do with my son with stuff like this that has a lot of coloring, because he is not a colorer, but my daughter will, I do what they call an observation, or I have a discussion with him about the picture, and we talk about it. And so if your child does not like to color, that's fine. That is totally fine. You can just have a discussion based on the picture. Some people like to actually have their child color the picture as they read. You can make the choice on what you want to do with that. And the different thing, we also have what they call Doodle the Definition. We know that a lot of people have writing definitions, but keep in mind, we're trying to engage the right brain learner, which is a visual learner. So instead of writing out definitions, we are going to have your child doodle a definition. So if your child is not a doodler or like to draw, that is perfectly all right. Most kids that don't like to draw, they still like to look through magazine and cut out stuff and paste it in. So what you're encouraged to do is write the spelling word on the top of the page in the little box. And then after that, whatever word you have in the box, first, your child will have to make a picture that identifies with them that the word means to them. It does not necessarily mean that it means the same thing to you, but keep in mind, we're trying to engage your unique learners' ability to remember and get a picture to go with the word, so it can stimulate the brain so that they can learn how to spell that particular word. So say for example, your child used the word will. Like me, I'm thinking about a paper wheel or a guy named Will. But say, for example, your child draws something that has nothing, don't have anything to do with that, but yet they still identify that to go along with the word will. It's okay. It is totally okay, because this is helping them learn and get the picture cue that they need in order to spell and also read better. So the doodle definition. And if they don't want to doodle, let them look through different magazines and paste different things into the book until they're ready to do the doodling. Next thing, we have definitions. And we made the definitions short and very precise and simple, geared towards the right brain learner. So it has the word will, and it has just a very, very simple definition, straight to the point. And it's not in order, as you notice. It's still not in order. It's a reason. We're keeping a pattern of going. So everywhere that they are engaging with this particular spelling list, the words are in the exact same order for a reason, because right brain learners learn better with patterns and sequences than learning which keep changing stuff up on them. So that's why we keep the word list exactly the same in each activity, so they can engage in the same way, and so that hopefully throughout the activities it will more engage their brain. They will develop a pattern. That pattern will then cement into their mind, and then they'll be able to learn how to read it and spell it because they're used to it following a certain pattern. Okay, we also included a creative writing page. The child can draw here or either paste something here. They don't have to draw. This is, remember, you know your child better than we do. If they don't like to draw, you don't have to make them draw, but they may like to Xerox something and then cut it out and put it here. They might want to make something and paste it here. And we encouraging you to use the spelling words along with whatever you decide to do. Your child can write sentences. Your child can write a poem, a story of their own. My son do not like to write because of his dysgraphia. It is hard on him. But my son will write, and he has been writing, but that's not his top 10 things to do. So what I do with him is I let him type his stuff out, and then after he type it out, whatever he's supposed to write, I have him then put it in the book or staple it or tape it into the book where he's supposed to do his relative writing. So it's not cheating. So don't think it's cheating if you allow your child to do that, because remember, right brain learners need movement. They need stimulation in order for their brain to work. So sometimes paper to pencil is not going to work to help them learn. Sometimes you have to go outside yourself and think about something else on how to do it. So typing fit that with my son. He types stuff out. He's an excellent typer. He's enjoys it. It's working all those different senses. It's engaging the right side of his brain, and it's also helping him get a visual picture because he's touching. He hears the sound, it's clicking, and he's working with his hands as well. So that's how my son does it. But if your child don't do it like that, that's fine. Whichever way works. I just want to give you some ideas in case you don't have a child that is have a passion for writing. Like my daughter, this will not be enough for her. She writes, like, she has a great appetite for writing. She writes notebooks full of stuff. So it's different type of learner. But she is mostly a left brain learner. She like pictures, but she don't have to have it. But my son is a right brain learner. I'm a right brain learner too. Okay, now let's go on to the next page. After every single lesson, the parent will have a sheet a checklist sheet to see on how long it took them to complete that activity and what words that your child, or which words your child already mastered. You can check it off as your child mastered the words. Now keep in mind, although all the lessons in this book has 10 words per lesson, you don't have to do all 10 words at one time. You can split them up and do threes. You can do 3 words at a time, 2 words at a time, 5 words at a time. You know, and you can gauge on, can your child handle those many words at that time? It is okay. You remember, we homeschool because we want to give our child a unique understanding and personal attention that fits their unique learning style, not somebody else's, but their unique learning style, and you don't want to overwhelm them. So if you know your child can't handle 10 words at a time, then you break it down to the level in which they can handle, because the goal is to help them learn and hold on to the information, not put it in their short-term memory and lose it as soon as you go to the next lesson. So if you notice where your child is still not holding on to the information, slow it down, break it up in smaller pieces. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. Let me say it again. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. So if you notice that your child needs to break things down and have their words or their work in smaller portions, do that. Because at the end of the day, they will learn better and hold on to the information better if that's the way that they learn. Then you don't want to overwhelm them. And you can still get through the book. Don't worry about it. We have so many days we can get through the stuff. So I just want to put that little tidbit in there too. So, and also it has a place where you can write notes about your personal ideas or thoughts on that particular lesson. Did your child like the particular activity with this particular lesson they had to do? How are your thoughts on this lesson? And you can have it as just a keepsake to kind of keep records and also know what's going on. So activity 2 is the frog hop. So I'm not going to go through every single lesson, but as you can see, it has more spelling words. I got a phone call, so I'm sorry. So as you can see, the words gradually progress. It gets harder and harder. Each lesson has a story. Chantel did an amazing job on making the spelling words come to life and made fun stories in which the child can either listen to or read themselves to go with the lesson. And so it keeps the same pattern with how it does the layout of the words and the doodling and the stories, and then you're going to have different activities that the child is going to do with each lesson. And as you see, it gradually progresses from 3-letter words to 4-letter words, and you're going to be engaging with the words in different ways. And for those of you who like answer keys, we do include answer key with the book as well. This is a word wall list. This is one of the activities that I think this is my son's favorite activity, because you're actively going to be moving and learning when you do the word wall activity. The stories, this is a cute little story. And once you get 1/3 of the way through the book, we give you some encouragement along the way. Once you get 1/3 through with the book, we give you encouragement. We say that you have the last 5 lessons to do. You're almost done. Keep it going. You can do it. Okay, we even have singing, dancing, all kind of cool stuff in here. The activities, no activity is the same. This book is 180 pages. Let me make sure, 81 pages. No activity is the same. You're going to be working with different words, and it's going to gradually progress. It's going to challenge your child, and it's going to give them exactly what they need. And keep in mind, this is the first cover that I had. We have an updated cover, but I haven't got it from Amazon yet. So, and I'm also going to be doing a giveaway. I'm just waiting for my books to come so that I can do a giveaway for it. But I just want to explain this book to you guys. So as you can see, the words gradually progress. Now let me go all the way to the back of the book, and I'm going to show you these bonus activities that you have in spelling list. So as you can see right here, these are all the words. At the end of the day, when you finish this book, these are all the 150 commonly misspelled words in the English language that your child has mastered with doing this book with the lessons in the beginning of the book. This will give you a visual guide on what your child has already covered, because we realize that some states you don't have to turn in documentation and information like that, but we also realize that some states do and some areas do, and you have facilitators and they want to know what your child is using and the curriculum that your child is using. So we kept that in mind for those who have a more relaxed homeschool, and also for those who have homeschooling in which they have to turn in paperwork. So this will give you the information in which you need. And at the back of the book, we also have a letter to the facilitator, if you have a facilitator, in which that you will know all the subjects that you hit. So the letter goes like this. Dear facilitator, this program is designed by us, and this program used words from the most misspelled words in the English language and were selected to present a challenge while also building self-esteem. If the activities were followed as written, then this program covers spelling, comprehension, reading, physical education, art, letter recognition, and writing. So you can see in our book, you're covering 7 different things in this spelling book. So that's why I say it's more than just a spelling book. Now let me show you the bonus list. In the back of the book, we have a 16 list. 16. So we have 1 through 16 bonus lists that you can use along, that's going to graduate. As you can see, these words are not easy because we are not giving you no dumbed down curriculum. We're trying to build confidence by starting at the lower level and gradually progressing your child more and more and more. So even though you may, like this book is geared for grades K through 4th grade. However, some of the words that's in this book, as it gradually progresses, it's way past a traditional 4th grade level. So if you have a child that has difficulty with spelling and they're older, we changed the cover so that it will not feel like they're in a babyish book. So we changed the cover for one of those reasons too. So that if you have an older child that still needs help with spelling and reading, that both age brackets can still use it and won't feel like it's too babyish and one won't feel like it's too overdone. So that's why we decided to change the cover for the book, so that if you have a unique learner that's older that still need help with spelling, you can start with this book first, and they won't feel like, oh man, mommy get me a little child book. They won't feel like that. And as you can see, the lists are harder and harder. In the back, the bonus list, we have bonus activities, as you can see there. And the unique thing about our book, Chantel and our book, Kinetic Spelling, is that I'm here in the States and she's in Canada, and we realize that Canadians spell certain words different than we do over here in America. So with that being said, you will notice that you will see like honor. Please, let me see, can I show you the word? Honor. You will see how we have the way we spell it here in the United States, and we also have the way that word is spelled in Canada. So if you're a Canadian homeschooler, this book will help you as well too, because we kept in mind that everyone don't spell the words the same way. Some words we do spell identical in the United States and also in Canada, but some words we don't. And you'll notice with our bonus list, you will see that if that is the case, we will have both spellings. The first spelling is the US and the second spelling is for Canadians. So we kept that in mind as well. Okay, now when your child completes this book, your child will have this amazing award that you can give your child. And what's different is that we also have an award that you can give to the parent too, or reward, not award. Well, reward award that you can give to the parents too. So because the parents is going through this book as well, with the child too. So this, it has talk about brain break books, how we are trying to inspire learning and celebrating discovery. And this certifies that on this day and the teacher has achieved spelling mastery. And then it has another certificate. This is for the student. This is for teaching success for the parent. Because guess what? If you completed this book with your child or help your child with this book, you need an award too. So we wanted to reward the parent as well as the child on their accomplishment of finishing this book. So I hope that this answers some questions. I also supposed to be coming back, hopefully sometime during this week. My son and I are going to actually give you a visual picture, a video of how the activities look in real time. So we're debating on how we're going to do it, whether we're going to do activity by activity, or we're going to do a couple activities right behind each other on the same video, so that you will have, I don't know which way we're going to do it yet, but we're trying to do it for those unique learners that are parents and your children that need visual stimulation in order to understand fully what's going on. I'm a person, I need visuals, cues. I can read all day long and I can get it by reading, but when I give a picture plus the reading plus some audio, you can't do nothing with me then. So this curriculum is geared to help those unique learners to finally give them a platform in which they can stand on and feel confident and feel proud of themselves, because this curriculum was designed specifically for them, their uniqueness, their brilliance, and help them in order to master spelling, reading with confidence, and teach them how they can make visual cues and how it can help them with reading and spelling, and how they can have fun at the exact same time, because at the end of the day, kids want to have fun. So this will keep them busy. This will keep them moving. This will keep them engaged. And this will help them learn in a different way. So this curriculum help you embrace and love the wiggly learners. We love them, but we try to keep them still. No. This curriculum right here tells you to let them move, because we realize that those type of learners need to move in order to succeed. So don't try to hold them back and make them sit still. Embrace that learning and embrace that wiggly child with using this curriculum, because it is so fun. My daughter is not even a right brain learner dominantly. She has some right brain tendencies, but she's more left brain dominant. She saw me working out some of the activities with my son, and she's like, "Mom, I want to do what Isaiah's doing. That's so much fun." So we are like working tirelessly trying to hurry up and get this middle and high school one out, because she want to do it and she's not even a right brain dominant learner. So it works for left and right brain. And if you're looking for a way to get that PE in, you're trying to figure out how am I going to get all this PE, whether we got you covered, because it's going to have PE in it. It's going to have writing in it. It has PE, writing, spelling. Oh my goodness, reading, letter recognition. It has it all. And so I hope that this help you better understand what the kinetic spelling is all about, and what our mission is to try to really boost confidence for the ones who have been kind of the children that are misunderstood, the children that are wiggly, who are different but in a great way. This curriculum is geared to them, to give them a platform of positivity, a way of learning, and still challenging them at the same way by embracing their unique way of learning with movement and activities in different ways, stimulating the right side of the brain, giving them picture cues to help them learn. So I hope this helped. You can contact me anytime about the book, and also it's live right now on Amazon, 2-day shipping if you have Prime, and you can go pick it up right now. And keep your eyes peeled for those upcoming videos for lesson by lesson activities that you can see that you can do alongside my son and I, and I'm going to try to get my daughter too. Alongside us, you can do the activities with us as well. We're working on those videos right now. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I am so excited about this book that embraces our wiggly learners and going to give them a positive platform in which they can stand and be confident and learn by their unique learning style and not somebody else's. Embrace those wiggly learners, those right brain learners. They're amazing. So I will talk to you later. Bye.